Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, thank you for coming back. I am going to be doing a updated makeup routine today because I feel like I haven't done a makeup tutorial in a really long time. My assumptions video was the last one I did, and I feel like I've changed a lot of my techniques and different things that I'm doing now with my makeup on a daily basis, especially since we're wearing masks now. If you haven't noticed, I'm in a new space now, and I mentioned also in my assumptions video, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it above. I was moving and now I'm here and I'm so happy to be here. It's so much better. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave, and let's just go ahead and get on to the video. Okay, so you know me, I usually put my skincare on before, and then I have really not been skipping out on my sunscreen. I've showed this in my videos before. This is the Eisden Ultralight Emulsion Broad Spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen. This is still the sample size. I've had it for so long. I just shake it up and I just put it on my, oh, that was definitely a lot. So I'm going to put that on. I was not expecting it to come out that fast. And just rub it in. How have you guys been doing? What's been going on? Like I said in the intro, I just finished kind of like settling into my new place, trying to not go insane from, you know, staying inside and stuff like that and being pretty safe. Haven't really seen a lot of my friends, which sucks, but you know, the more we stay at home and social distance, the quicker this will be over, hopefully. I know you guys haven't seen this in a while, but I'm gonna use the Master Prime Primer and Base Blurring Redness Control by Maybelline. I've literally had this for so long. Like, this was in my first makeup tutorial I did on my channel. So I came back to it, and I'm going to use a little bit of this. We're all wearing masks. I feel like everyone's makeup routines have probably shifted a little bit and been a little bit different. You guys know this, the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. I have mine in the Dewy and Smooth because I have dry skin. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this on the back of my hand. My infamous pink beauty blender. I'm gonna take some of my finger and rub it around. I still put quite a good amount on my cheeks just because like that's where I have redness, as well as on my nose. So I know this looks like a lot, but it's not. It'll blend out just fine. So I haven't put any on my chin. I'm just really going to focus on the outer parts and then forehead and nose and stuff like that. What I'll do with that excess is I'll take it on my eyelids, and I'll take the excess and put it on my chin, but it's not gonna be a lot. It's just like whatever was left over, I'll put it on my chin. Have you guys been wearing like your normal amount of makeup? Or have you guys kind of decreased the amount of makeup that you've been wearing? Are you working from home mostly? Like, cause if you're working from home mostly, you don't really need to wear makeup. But for me, I like to wear makeup almost every day. So now I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I'm still using the same concealer by Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer in the shade 30NN. Going to put this on the dark parts of my under eye. A good trick to do this is to look down like that, and you can see the darkness right there. So I'm just gonna paint this on. Do not flake on the concealer, unless you just don't have dark circles, then I'm just jealous, but put concealer on, girl. Hide that dark circle. Okay, I'm gonna just like let that dry down a little bit, and then I will go ahead and blend that out. For those of you that joined in on my live on Instagram at Juliana.bluebeauty, thank you so much. It was so fun. It's actually kind of hard to do a live. I wasn't really prepared because you have to constantly be talking and talking about different topics, and I totally was just like, I don't know, I was just not prepared. So I think the next time I'll have some topics ready and you guys can let me know some things that you want to talk about. It was super fun and we had a good conversation. We talked about Halloween and different things like that. So if you guys want to jump on another live that I do, make sure to follow me on Juliana.bluebeauty on Instagram. That way you know. And I also post little fun tips on there as well as some inspirational things just to get you motivated throughout the week. But I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out now. It's dry down a little bit, that way I can have some max coverage going on. And don't forget the inner corners. We're looking very concealed, which I love. Alright, so after you're done blending that out, I'm going to grab my tried and true no color RCMA powder. Let's hope I don't make a mess. This is what it looks like. I've talked about it before. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put my beauty blender in here and I'm just gonna look up. This is something new that I've been doing. I just feel like it looks less cakey, it kind of blends into the skin more, and I'll just take the excess powder and drag it down. And I'm gonna do that again on my other side. And it just like gives it more of like an airbrush look instead of going in with like a heavy brush and packing it on. It's just like, you don't need that much. Okay, now I'm going to just set my eyelids really quick because I did put foundation on them. So I'm just going to put a light amount on there. Also, if you have like oily eyelids, definitely just set a translucent powder. That way it doesn't look oily throughout the day. And then I'm also going to set my face, the rest of my face. I got this new brush actually from TJ Maxx, which is the 003 Real Techniques brush. But I really liked the detail on it. I thought it looked really cool, but just a powder brush. I'm just gonna stamp it in. I just poked myself in the eye. And I did heavier setting on the nose as well as like around this area because this is where the mask is going, and then the mask always hits your nose. So just set those places good so the makeup doesn't move as much. And then of course the forehead, you can't forget about her. Okay, now it's bronzer time. My favorite part ever, minus concealer. Concealer is literally the best because your dark circles go away. Using the Better Bronzer by Physicians Formula and Sunset Bronzer. You can literally get this at a drugstore for a couple bucks. It's so good, it's so freaking pigmented, and it smells like coconuts. My bronzer brush. And I'm going to do a swipe and a swipe, tap, tap, and then I'm going to dab because there's a lot on here and it's really pigmented like I said, so I'm gonna dab the excess. You can kind of tell. I'm gonna dab the excess in my palm. This is a new thing that I've been doing. And then what I've been doing now is I stamp it on. I stamp it on my cheek, like more up, upward motion. I don't bring it down here, I leave it right up here. Stamp it on, then I'll go into circular motions. And then I'll bring that excess and put it up here. See, it just really gives it just a better look, I think, personally. Next, so we're gonna do swipe, swipe, tap, tap, dab. Just dab it on. If you have a bigger forehead and more space than I do, I don't have a lot of space, and add more bronzer, but for me this is like the perfect amount of bronzer, and of course it depends how pigmented your bronzer is. So I'm gonna put some on my nose. I'm gonna do a little sweep under the eye, just so it can blend in with everything. And then I'm going to do a little bit on the jawline and just blend circular motions on my neck. And then I'm going to take my angled blush brush and go in with my Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade Lighter Skin. Oh, I'm sorry, this just says Lighter Skin. It's in the shade 01 Natural. And this is pigmented, oh my God. This is pigmented as well. It's really light, so I'm just gonna like brush it in here and just go over what I've already done just so I can blend it in a little bit better. Blush is something that just like depends on how I feel that day and like what mood I'm in. So I'll either go in with the Anastasia Blush Trio in Peachy Love that you guys have seen before, and I'll just mix all the colors, or I'll go in with a cream blush. It really just depends what I feel like, but today I'm feeling the Bare Minerals blush in the shade Beauty, and it's just like a loose powder. It comes in this little jar, and I'll just kind of tap it out. Oh boy, a lot just came out. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay. I just have some on the lid right here, and I'm just gonna put my blush brush in here. A lot came off, so I'm just gonna dab some on my hand. Oh my gosh, so much came off. Look at that. So much came off. I'm just gonna put this right up here. I'm trying to create an illusion and a lifted look. So if you wanna do that, you just place everything higher on your face. And this blush is super soft, super pretty, really feminine, girly. And I love adding a lot of blush. And something that's like fun to do too, you can take like the excess of the blush and like put it on your eyelids with the brush that you already are using. I'm just grabbing it off with my hand right now. And it can kind of like tie everything in together. It's super pretty. And then you can do a little bit, I don't really like to do this often, but you can just put a little bit here, depending on how you feel. It's really pretty. Oh, I just love it. And it's matte, so it's kind of fun. So that's done. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my highlighter, Laura Geller Dripping Gold Illuminator Palette, and I used this in my first impressions video. I haven't gone back into it since, so I wanted to dip back in recently and just start using it again. I think it's some really good colors. There is Molten Copper, Gilded Honey, and French Fizz, so they're really, really pretty. She still sells them, so check it out. It's honestly pretty affordable as well. So I'm going to take Gilded Honey, I think. Oh yes. That's Gilded Honey, which is so stunning. This is Molten Copper, which is a little bit, I would say it's like more on the gold side, whereas Gilded Honey is more on the champagne. So this is Molten Copper, and this is Gilded Honey. And then this one is French Fizz. It's so pigmented. French Fizz is right there. So I'm gonna actually do all three and be a little bit spontaneous. So I'm gonna dip my fan brush from Eco Tools into all of them, tap it off, and go to town. Oh yeah. And then put some on the brow bone, bring it down to my apples of my cheeks, so when you smile, it gives it more of a sheen, whereas this side it's very flat. And I'm gonna go in with the other side. It's really, really pretty. And then I'll do a little bit on the forehead as well. All right, highlighting is done on the face. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my Butter Bronzer again, and I'm going to take Miniso, I think that's how you say it, eyeshadow brush. And it's angled like that. And I'm gonna just dab this in. I've been loving doing this. Tap off the excess. And I'm going to create a baby wing on my eye. So I'm going to look at where my lower lash line is, and I'm going to just bring that up like this. Just create a baby wing, just like that. And I'm going to connect just like that. And I'm gonna put some on the lower lash line. I'm not dipping back in because it's very pigmented, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I've been loving that. Like I said, since we're wearing masks, all the attention is on the eyes. So don't flake on the eyes. I don't know, no one can see the rest of your face. So you wanna make your eyes look pretty. And then just gonna do the same thing on the other side. That looks about even to me. Now I'm going to take the same highlighter palette that I used before, and I'm going to go in with this MAC 242. It's like a flat top brush, and I'm going to go into all the shades again. I'm going to tap off the excess, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the inner corner. Oh my gosh, light. I'm going to put it on the inner corner of my eye just to really highlight the inner part of this eye. Perfect. See, it just gives you a little bit of a brighter eye. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go in with my eyelash curler. And then you guys have seen me use this before. I actually just got a new one because I was running out of the other, the Voluminous Lash Paradise in the shade Black is Black. And it's one of my favorites. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this really quick. Mascara is done, and now I'm going to set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray in Long Lasting. And I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Tap the excess spray in. And now it's time for lips. I've just been going in with the Makeup Forever lip liner in the shade Wherever Walnut. But it's literally like so short because I've used it so much, but I'm gonna line my lips. And I grab my Vaseline and Rosy Lips, and I just put this on, and that's really all I do. And that, you guys, is the finished makeup tutorial, or I should say makeup update on what I've been doing on a daily basis. This is literally what I do, from the eyes of the baby wing to the lips. This is my updated makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got some tips from watching me do this, as well as maybe some ideas of what you could add to your makeup routine. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. That way you don't miss any future uploads, and I appreciate all the support as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye guys.